In past videos, we've looked at the various data cleansing transforms available within the Task Factory suite. We looked at the case transform and saw how it could be used to handle correcting capitalization errors. We saw how the trim plus transform could not only be used to trim leading and trailing spaces from a column, but trim specified characters or words too. Regular expressions were also examined in the RegEx Transform video. There is one data cleansing component in the Task Factory suite that we haven't covered yet, and it's the granddaddy of them all. It's appropriately named the data cleansing transform, combining the power of all the other data cleansing transforms into a single component. For this demo, I set up a very simple table called data cleansing, and I have a couple of columns here: proper case, trim leading, trim specified, change date format, convert null, and replace specified. And in here you can see I've entered one row. Here's one to be proper cased. Here's one with a bunch of leading spaces. Here's one in which I have some characters that are going to be ripped out. A date field in the form of year, month, day. A null that's going into an integer field. And a product name called Microsoft SQL Server. So let's go back to our package. And let's drag our data cleansing transform onto our design surface, and we'll hook it up. And we'll make it pretty. And let's open it up. Alright, we're going to come up here, and for our first column, replace proper case, we're coming over here to the list of actions, and the action we're going to take is convert string to proper case. Here we've got some of the options that you saw back on the convert case video. We have proper case, which is what we're going to take, but we can pick a lot of other things too, such as trim leading, trim specified, etc. We'll just hit cancel. We've got our various styles, whether we want to convert misspellings, etc. We'll just take the defaults for now. In the next one, we're going to replace the trim leading. And we're going to come down here to the actions, and we're going to trim all leading whitespace characters. And we'll click OK. Our next column is going to be trim specified. We're going to come here to our actions, and we're going to trim specified characters from the start. And the characters to be trimmed, we're going to put the word domain and then the backslash to rip out that domain backslash name for the user. Click on OK. For the next one, we're going to go to change the date format. We'll come down here, change date format, and our input format is year, month, day, right there. And we're going to replace this with, how about month, day, year? Click OK, and OK. Then we're going to come back over here. We're going to convert nulls. And we're going to come down here, and we're going to convert null to a user-defined value. And the null replacement is going to be the number 0. And click OK. And then finally, we're going to replace specified. And we're going to come down here, replace specified characters or words with user-defined value. And the word we're going to replace is Microsoft. And we're going to replace it with the word Pragmatic Works. Okay. And now all we need to do is have a place for this to go to. So we're going to come back over here and use the Terminator destination. Again, if you haven't been watching the other videos, you really should. And if you had, you'd know that the Terminator destination is simply an endpoint for our data flow so that the package will work, and it just throws the bits away when it gets to the Terminator. The Terminator, though, is a great tool for debugging so that you can run your packages and see how far they've gotten. It's also great for these little demos because I can come here, right-click, go to Data Viewers. I can add a data viewer, and we'll just take the default grid one and click OK. So now that we can see what's going on. We'll come up here and execute this package. And there we go. Here's our proper case, properly cased. We've ripped off the spaces off trim leading. We've ripped off the domain backslash off trim specified. Our date was changed from 2010-12/31 to 12/31/2010. We now have a 0 for our convert null. And finally, under replace specified, we now have pragmatic works SQL Server. Here I've just shown you a slight sample of all the various transforms that are available within the Task Factory Data Cleansing Transform. I think you'll see it'll be nice to have one component that can handle multiple types of transforms rather than having to include the various components and have multiple steps to have to flow the data through. To learn more about the Data Cleansing Transform or any of the other transformations included in the Task Factory suite, please visit us at pragmaticworks.com.